Go ahead, please.
Meryl, I have to start this interview by thanking you for making yourself available, because I know you're pregnant and I know that you're feeling a little queasy from time to time, but you're really a trooper and a pro to make yourself available on a Sunday to talk to us. And I know I speak for everybody, but certainly for myself, thank you.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you're publicizing Sophie's Choice.
Well, it is a joy. I have not been so moved by a movie since Elephant Man. And at the risk of sounding patronizing to you, Meryl, I have to say that I truly believe your performance as Sophie will rank as one of the all-time great performances by an actress on film.
Thank you.
I know, that's kind of heavy. I know, what can you say except thank you? But really, you gotta get your act together, because I feel so strongly that you're going to win the Oscars. So what will you say if you do?
What will I wear if I do? That's the big thing. I mean, it'll have to be a big thing by then.
How far will you be in your pregnancy at that time?
Oh, I don't want to say, but big.
Yeah.
You know, on the big side.
But what will your thoughts be? What would you hope that you would say?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's going too fast. I gotta wait to get nominated before I make up my speech, you know, to accept it. I got a lot of people that I'm grateful to. Mostly Alan for giving me the part, because I know it was like pulling teeth for him to give it to me in the beginning, and Kevin and Peter, who, you know, to whom I really owe everything. They were so fantastic during this shoot. It's a very ephemeral thing, a movie set. It can be, I mean, you easily forget it. It goes away quickly. It's only an entity, a family, for 4 months or 3 months. And it can either be something that you remember all your life or something that you try to forget for a long time. And this was just the most fun I've ever had making a film, ever. And
Meryl, do you consider it your best film performance?
yeah, I'm most proud of it than anything. I mean, I've accomplished more of what I wanted to do than I ever have been able to.
Were the languages the most difficult thing about doing Sophie's?
They were difficult, but they were sort of technically difficult. It's a different kind of task. I mean, it was like going back to school in a way. I was studying Polish 3 hours a day for about 2 months. And I never really loved school a whole lot, so being back there again. But no, it was sort of it was fun. It's a beautiful, beautiful language too. I was grateful that I got a chance to be introduced to it that way.
Had you not gotten the part, because we know that Alan Pakula did have someone else in mind, and had you not gotten the part, what would you have done, or how would you have felt?
I would have felt bad, but I mean, I wouldn't kill myself. Probably try to get work somewhere else. There wasn't much around at that time, as I recall. I don't know. I don't know what I mean, I didn't tie myself to that dream. If I didn't get it, I'd just die. I don't believe anything's worth that. You know, that's a fiction, basically. Real people are worth that. But.
Meryl, I don't want to give away the plot, but you have one scene in particular that is so charged with emotion, and it is a climactic scene in the film. I wonder, are you the sort of actress, can you cry on cue? Can you do these kinds of highly emotional things, take after take?
Well, no, you kind of run out of it after the first one or so. I mean, you kind of, the scene, I know which one you mean. Those scenes, the ones that are so highly charged, in their atmosphere and the situation, the plot that takes you there, sometimes are not the most difficult ones to act because they're so unbearable. They're unbearable to watch. Some of the girls that were Yugoslav girls that were playing partisans and standing next to me were very carried away with the scene themselves, and they weren't actors or anything. So sometimes you get into a situation, the child was, you know, the children that were in the scene, and all the babies that they had lined up in that group of people were crying, and because it was a frightening situation. And sometimes movies do that for you. You don't have to imagine it so thoroughly out of whole cloth, you know. Sometimes because they deal in reality and real things, you know, we were there on a night, and it was scary.
Can you cry on cue, or do you let them go ahead and spray the menthol mist or what?
Oh, I can't cry unless I'm moved for some reason, so sometimes it just doesn't happen. And then usually, though, I know that there's something wrong with the scene. Because if it isn't moving in some way, then it's not right. Either the way it's written, or the way it's constructed, or how we've gotten there.
If everything is right, then the tears will come. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's all set up.
Yeah. Meryl, I have to ask you one question about Silkwood, because you did make it in Dallas at Las Colinas, our big, wonderful new studio.
Yeah.
And the media people were not permitted to come around. That secrecy that Mike Nichols wanted, does it have anything to do with the litigation surrounding Karen Silkwood case?
I don't know. I think it has more to do with his own the way that he likes to make movies, you know, the way that Woody Allen likes to make movies. There's so much written, so much interest focused on movies now, that lots of times before they come out, everybody has written their review and knows what it's about and has made up their mind. And I think in Mike's case, he demanded that sort of closed set because he just wanted us to have the protection of not being judged or watched or observed, even from far away, until we were well out of it, until the movie, until he had had time to put it together. And it's a good thing, actually, not to be self-conscious all the time when you're working.
In other words, you agree with Mike?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I think there's plenty of time, and there's plenty written about movies once they come out or around their release. Certainly now, I mean, this time of year we're seeing that. There's a lot of stuff written about movies. And if we go and cover them, you know, all through their evolution, it sort of, you get tired of the subject before it comes out.
Well, again, Meryl, thank you for making yourself
Thank
available.
you.
This is very important to those of us who cover movies to have some footage with Meryl Streep.
I'm glad to do it.
And come April the 11th, I think it is Oscar night. I'll look for you.
Oh, great.
And I know you'll look wonderful no matter what you're wearing. Meryl, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on a super lovely performance.
Thank you.
Truly, I have never...